Thank you for coming on this talk show. It's nice having you
Thank you
here.
very much.
Given the fact that you have a very busy
Yeah,
schedule
thank
and we just have to work with this time in the night, that is very nice. But I would like you to introduce yourself, um, so
you.
we can start from that.
Well, I'm Aisosa Obasohan. I'm popularly known by Obas, by the name Obas. I'm a user interface designer, product designer actually, and I'm currently working with a startup company called Swirge. I'm currently working with a startup company called Swirge, and as their UI UX designer, and we're working on majorly blockchain technology, on building blockchain technology. Yeah, that's what I actually do for now. And actually, I'm an entry level designer, so I'm just starting out also. Yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired you to start product design?
Uh, well, I actually started out as actually started learning data science initially. You understand, because I just felt like it was important for me to start up a skill. You understand? So I picked up data science initially, and I was like, okay, let me see what this has to offer, because I knew tech basically is the future. And besides, I just wanted to be equipped because I was almost done with school. You understand? So I actually started learning data science in 400 level during my IT period. So I started learning it, but actually found it quite difficult. You understand? It was difficult to me. You understand? I wasn't actually comfortable with the fact that we were working with so many abstract numbers, abstract values. You understand? Trying to determine this, trying to determine that. You understand? And I discovered with time that I'm also a creative person. You understand? I'm good with colors, color selection. You understand? Making choices with colors. So so I had a friend that was actually into this UI UX design actually, because I didn't know what it actually was at that time. I didn't know it was product design, because over the years the name has actually improved. You understand, from user interface designer to UX designer to product design. You understand? So I had a friend that was actually into um, design too, which was product design. So he was actually doing well, you understand. So I said, okay, let me take up a course in it. So I actually picked up a course on Udemy, which was Introduction to User Interface Designer with Figma. You understand? Figma actually, that's the major. It's a very very well known. It's a well known design tool used by designers. So I actually picked up the course. Then I actually started learning how to use Figma initially, learning how to make vectors, how to make icons, understand how to build mobile apps, actually design mobile apps. And the period it took me actually to get to learn the design to Figma was actually a month. I discovered that I actually picked up faster. You understand? I actually picked up faster, and I had more interest than I did when I was learning data science. You understand? So I actually started learning more about the feed. I actually read some articles, you understand. So daily I was reading articles about the feed, about what design actually is, UI UX design. I just actually wanted to know more about the feed. You understand? So actually did some I downloaded some apps, Medium, and I was hearing about Dribble, Behance, you understand. So I actually checked them out, you understand. So the course I was doing then on Udemy, they gave me a brief description of what those sites they actually did. Understand what was their purposes, you understand. So I actually checked them out. I went on Dribble, and I was actually inspired by what I saw. You understand the colors, the whole virtual designs, the way I was actually overwhelmed by the creativity, you understand. So I just like, okay, let me just start up and further in this field, so because since it's what I actually having and a very good interest in, so it will be good for me to just further in it. Yeah, that was actually how I started in design.
Presently you are a product designer. Yeah. So what do you think um is a challenges that product designer face?
The major challenge I would say, as a product designer, is actually trying to balance company goals with that of user expectations. You understand? Having to find a balance between those two. Understand? Because I think that's where you can actually be able to uh, meet the needs of the business and also meet the needs of the user. Understand? So having to strike a balance between the user needs and the company goal, I think that's actually the challenge we product designers actually face. Understand? And also, I think in this part of the country where I live in, Nigeria currently, I think they've not actually given much respect, or should I say more value, to designers, you understand, product designers, because I feel uh, they actually lay the foundation for every useful product out there. You understand? So that recognition of the having to place more values on we product designers, you understand, having to give us more room to share our opinions, you understand, on what to actually implement based on the user perspective. You understand? I think that's just the major challenges we, as a product designer, I myself, I usually face where I'm currently working.
Do you think it's better to be a product manager in a company that is just starting up, or a company that already has a product that are working on making the product better?
Normally, it's easy. It's very easy to start up a product, to work on an existing product, than it is to work entirely on a new product. You understand? That's what I would actually say. It's very easy. Why? Because it's easy for you to carry out usability tests, check what's actually wrong with the current product, check if it actually meets the user expectations, what difficulties or struggles users are actually facing using your product. You understand? Trying to carry out an exploratory research to check out, okay, what's this, where we are lagging, okay, why are we not having user retention currently, what's happening, what has been happening to our product, what's wrong with our product that we are not having enough user engagement, and so, or retention, user retention. Understand? So it's actually quite easy to work on an existing product, because I think you can actually, it's very easy to come up with problems, you understand, that are associated with the product than you working entirely on a new product. Understand? I think working on an entirely new product takes more time, you understand, because you now have to get a good design brief from the company or the product manager. Then that's if the company is trying to launch a new product. You understand? Having to get a design brief from the product manager, um, then you start doing your market research. Then if you if the company has competitors, because definitely you must have a competitor. If the company, if you are a startup, for instance, um, if you are trying to, okay, this you have to do competitor analysis, to check where our competitors are actually failing and where we can actually capitalize on, then doing user research. Okay, if the product you are trying to launch is going to meet the expected user needs, you understand. So I actually think it's very easy to work on an existing product than it is to work entirely on a new product. That's what I actually say.
Okay. Is very, very like we all say, is people say it's good to work in a startup to gain the experience of real-time problem. People in the startup
Yes,
will
yeah.
understand
It's yes.
what
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy working with a startup company. I would say, because I currently work with a startup company, like I said earlier. It's not easy because yeah, it's a fast-paced environment. You understand? They want to ship out products as soon as possible. I think it's not easy working in a startup company, if you ask me, because you get to do the user research, UI, sometimes on your own. You understand? Do the user research, do the user interface design yourself, having to do the user testing. You understand? Then follow up on the product, the current product you're launching. So I think it's you're at the same time you're working on multiple things at the same time. You understand? So it's not easy working with a startup company because you constantly have to work with vague ideas. You understand? Work with ideas that okay, the product manager might just come and say before they prepare documents. Sometimes it might not. They might just be, for me. Sometimes they don't actually prepare document. We just usually have a team meeting. We will meet with the founder and the project manager and the other tech team. You understand? Where they just okay. They said, okay, this is how far we've gone, and this is what we actually love to implement on the products we're working on currently. You understand? So having to now work with such ideas, they might just say it and just say, okay, this is what we actually want currently. You understand? This is what we want to do. This is what we want to implement in this product we are trying to launch. And so, as you as a designer, you now have to go and do the, let's say, competitive analysis. You understand? Do the competitive analysis, or better still, trying to just work on the design. Then at the end of the day, you work with user testing. You understand? Because I think uh, uh, processes. You understand? There's this process we usually follow as designers. This general process we usually follow where you have to define, ideate, prototype, then you test. You understand? Those four processes as you design, you define the problem, then you prototype or you ideate on key solutions or solutions you want to come up with. Then you prototype your solution and then you test. But in the real life scenario, it's actually very different. You understand? You might start with prototyping. So it's different. It's the other way around. You understand? Because actually before I got this job currently, I actually had this idea that okay, yes, this is the way it's gonna be. But in the real life sense, it's very different. You understand? It's absolutely different.
But you stand to learn more in the startup company than working with the big names. You know, you start to
Yes, exactly.
you
Yes,
have the
exactly. That's
opportunity
just it.
to, try
You
some
have the
things.
opportunity to explore.
You get
You have the
to
opportunity to
to
explore.
try some
And I
things
think
that might
it's
work out. You have the opportunity to talk
yeah,
directly to your lead. But in the big companies, there's a process. You just have to follow the process. Um,
exactly,
nothing
exactly.
really
Yeah, yeah.
new.
I think yeah, for the startup companies, I think you are you are you are very free to you can reach out to your project manager or even the CEO very easily. It's very easy. You understand? You can say, okay, sir, okay, this is what I think will be better for the product we are trying to launch. This is what I think will actually be better off than the other one. You understand? Uh, it is it's you get the opportunity to explore a lot of things. That is if they place a lot of value on the designer. Understand? They don't give the designer the opportunity to give a say, you understand, in the product, to speak actually from the perspective of the user. Because I think that's our duty, you understand, that's our responsibility as designer. You understand, we try to empathize, trying to understand things from the user's perspective. You understand, and I think that's why we usually do user testing. You understand, to come up with problems that users are actually facing while using our products. You understand. So I think working with the startup company can be easy, and at the same time can also be very difficult if a lot of value is placed on the designer. That's what I actually say.
Okay, so you are working on two new to be honest, product design in Nigeria is still very new. It's not something that has been in existence for so long. And crypto is just coming into the limelight. Even crypto itself is still new. And there's a lot of issue facing uh, people just starting in the product designing sector. They have a lot of things. People want to learn new things.
Exactly.
There are a lot of
Yeah.
tools.
People want
There are a lot
it,
of things you want to still try out.
there's a
And
lot of
even
to
crypto has its own problem. A lot of things you still need to understand the trend, how it work. I'm not surprised you are touching your ears this morning. It shows that you are thinking on a lot of a lot of
no, no.
ways a lot of
Yeah,
ways you
yeah,
can
yeah.
you can think of the solutions to all this problem. How do you feel, trying to combine two new sector together and making it work out? People are not yet
Workout.
accepting crypto
Yes,
fully in Nigeria. It's not something
yes,
it's something that has a
yes.
market that okay, this is the market, and you're still trying to get out of the market and
That has
understanding
a lot of
what
it has a lot of prospects.
you get, but you are
Yeah,
understanding how people in that very little market react to a product. How
yeah,
has it been so
yeah.
far?
It's very stressful. It's very stressful, and at the same time, it's fun. I think coming from a product design background and having to dive into cryptocurrency, it requires a lot of effort. One of the products I'm working on for the company, it's more like a social media, like Twitter. You understand where there's a lot of is a decentralized platform. Let me put it that way. It's a different decentralized platform, just like Twitter. You can do a lot of stuff like sell. You understand? You can transfer cryptocurrency because I think it's a way to increase the user engagement in the platform we are currently working on. You understand? It's already existing actually, you understand, but we are trying to come up with new ways to increase to drive user engagement, you understand, in a current platform. So I think when I was working on some designs, I didn't actually have any knowledge on what I was actually working on because it was new to me. You get, it was actually new, and my other team members actually they actually agreed with me because they were lost. This is the first time I'm hearing about pancake. This is the first time I'm hearing about pool. This is the first time I'm hearing about what's it called, swap. You understand? This token. You start you start to hear names of names you've not actually heard before. You understand? Names you are not familiar with. You understand? So you now have to, with time, you have to now start reading, doing a lot of self-study on your own. So you'll be able to design products that are useful. Starting out actually, when starting out my journey, you understand, what I will actually advise anyone out there, you understand, I tell them take up if it's there are a lot of design tools, there are a lot of videos, there are a lot of materials, you understand, but you having to start out gradually, you understand, is a process, you understand, having to recognize where you are currently and trying to acknowledge the fact that okay, I'm not that good in this particular area. I need to work on myself on this particular area. So I need to upskill myself, that's the word, on this particular area, so that I will become more marketable. You understand? So starting out gradually, able to mark out um your career journey. You understand? When I was starting out initially, I was actually overwhelmed. You understand? I was overwhelmed because there were a lot of videos, a lot of materials, a lot of design tools to use. You understand? But I decided to just start off with one, which was Figma. There are a lot of persons doing better than I am doing. You understand? But this, it took them time. It took them time to get to where they are. You understand? And it took them sleepless nights, actually. You understand? A lot of dedication and commitment to get to where they are. So me now having to look up to them and like, oh my God, okay, I will not be feeling, what's it called? Having this imposter syndrome or having the fact that, okay, I'm not good enough. is it possible for me to be employed in this particular field? Look at my design. My designs are not even up to standard. You understand? You having to recognize the fact that, okay, yes, it's a process. You understand? The more I practice, the more I become more experienced in this field, that the more I get better. You understand? The way I was 9 months ago, it's actually different from the way I am. You understand? So I think that's the that's I think that's a way to actually merge. You understand? I can actually find a seamless connection between my product design and cryptocurrency. Actually,
So, what is your future plan as a product designer? Do you see yourself becoming a product manager or a startup founder? Or yeah, okay,
uh,
everybody sees themselves leaving the country.
I think for me, um, currently I've been having this feeling like man, if it's possible that from my room where I am, I can work, I can interact with persons from globally. And the internet has made it very, very easy for us to interact with a lot of persons, reach out to a lot of persons from different parts of the country. So for me, leaving the country right now, it's not yet an option. It's not yet an option. I would actually like love to build more, you understand, and develop myself more in my career, grow more in my career. And I actually see myself the future, my future. Actually, I can't see, I can't see for now because I know it has a lot of opportunities and is actually very bright. Working on my final year project and at the same time working on a full-time job is crazy. Having to balance the whole thing, still going to class. You understand? It's not easy. For the future, actually, I would actually love to be a startup founder. You understand? I would actually love to be a startup founder, and also having to teach design. I've been involved in a lot of startups, so I don't think it is. I think it's a calling for me to start up my own company too. You
No
understand?
problem.
So, but yeah, so I would actually love to be a startup founder in the future. You understand? And I think I would actually love to be more into the cryptocurrency space. Understand? If I'm not in the cryptocurrency space, I don't know where. Okay, I don't know. Let's just say it's all God's doing. Understand? I think wherever I find myself, I'm going to be doing well. You understand? But I
That's
always have this desire to always
that's the
find,
main
yeah,
thing. Anywhere you find yourself,
yes,
just
find
do well.
yourself, just make the best out of it.
Yeah.